back yet again, another episode. We are the Talkative Sports Podcast, or Talkative Sports for short.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm Shugs, and I'm here with Cass, and we're here to discuss the events of football over the past week, couple weeks, and what's yet to come in the future. But before we get started, please support us by dropping a like, drop
The
a comment,
video,
share, watch it again. We have a really nice playlist on our account. You can just hit play and just enjoy all of our talking points. See whether
hit
we're
the
right
subscribe button.
or wrong.
You
Oh
know,
yeah, and
join
subscribe.
the family, join
The,
the
the
club.
most
You'll be
important.
able to chat with us. You know, we love talking to you guys, getting your takes on things, seeing what you guys think about certain topics that we discuss. So please don't be
Don't
afraid to
drop a
hit
comment.
the subscribe button.
Say
Drop a
whatever you want
comment.
in there, and
You
subscribe.
know,
Also, if you're not watching this live, we do these live every episode, so you can hop in and be right there with us, and make the episode as we go through. So if you want us to discuss something instantly, we'll do it.
yeah. And apologies because we don't have a regular schedule right now, but that's coming. I promise you that is in the works. That is on the way. Right now, you know, work, life, stuff like that gets in the way. But I promise you, we will have a more regulated schedule coming in the next coming seasons. Maybe not this season, but season 4, 5, 6. Just trust me.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Bi-weekly, we're usually here Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but every other week it's kind of freestyle because me and
Yeah.
Kaz have lives outside of this. But we still make time to do this every week, at least once a week.
Every single week you will have an episode every week, unless international break or stuff like that. But even on some international breaks, we might give y'all an episode.
Yeah, it just depends on if there's anything interesting to talk about. And this
Yeah,
summer, I can't say what we will or will not do, but we will be there. Club World Cup. Oh, we're definitely gonna be there.
we're definitely there.
All right. So, first topic. Arsenal Football Club demolished. I'm just gonna say they demolished Real Madrid. Crazy, crazy. This has to be the best story in football right now, but maybe the whole season. This is the thing nobody thought would happen. This is the thing even Arsenal fans, 50% of them didn't believe that it would happen. Even the more measured ones, they're like, oh, it's going to be tough. We have to hope and pray. There was only one very delusional fan, Ty. He was delusional.
He was spot on.
He's
He was
always
spot
delusional.
on.
Look,
Wow.
a broken clock
He
is,
was right. He said 4-0.
he said 4-0. It
Wow.
ended up being 5-1. So,
But
but that
he
wasn't
was
his.
right, man. He was spot on.
Look, okay. The clock, if I say it's 3 o'clock, and I always say it's 3 o'clock, I'm right twice a
You're
day.
gonna be right twice. Yeah, at
Okay.
least twice. Yeah. No, I said the same thing too, because I said Real Madrid's worst part of their team is their defense. Arsenal's best part of their team is their defense. Like, and then watching the Thai video, I was like, oh my God, what if he's right? And this was before the game. And I consistently said they have a chance. They're a good team. They're second in the Premier League. It doesn't matter that they don't have a striker. They're where they are for a reason. Like, you can't disrespect this team. I said it. I said it would be a close game. I said like 1-0 or 0-0 the first leg. Whatever team, Arsenal, Madrid, either team. I said it will be a close game, 1-0, 0-0, hard fought battle, neck to neck. Man, my God. Even the second game wasn't even that close, I don't think. Real Madrid were, from the second Alaba got that yellow card, I knew it's over. And then and Arsenal didn't even have to score a goal. They were already panicking. They were already panicking. They got that penalty in the first like 10 minutes. I'm like, what? You're supposed to score in the first 10 minutes, not them. So yeah, and then it just went downhill from there. Once Saka scored the goal, yeah, it was pretty much over. They yeah, because like I said, Vinny and Rodrigo, like they're not gonna like be able to just bully the Arsenal fullbacks because the strongest point of their team is their defense. You know,
Their defense is like the entire back line is very solid, and they literally did not give uh Vinicius, Rodrigo, even Mbappe a chance.
nothing,
I think
nothing.
we really need to give more credit to Mikel Arteta. Um,
Yes,
at least for getting this
he
drilling
outcoached.
way.
He outcoached Carlo. Like Carlo made some awful
This
mistakes. Like,
is the
why are you starting
culmination.
Modric? Why are you starting Modric in the first in away in London? It's just like, yeah, some weird decisions. Yep.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, in their previous game against Atletico Madrid, like arguably the player of both legs was number 21, Brahim Diaz. Barely saw him in this in the against Arsenal. It just made no sense. Like you're starting Modric and Alaba, like one of the oldest players in the Champions League. Like, I don't know, man. But Carlo made some, I think, terrible errors.
well, I think
Because he probably thought that they were going to dominate the game. So that's why he's thinking, oh, all right, Modric will be in there controlling the pace and just keeping the ball moving. But you don't realize that, like it's hard to dominate a game against a team like Arsenal that plays their way. Like unless you're Man City, unless you just know how to impose your will like Man City. But how many Man Cities are there? So it's just like, yeah, you kind of need more firepower, especially in the midfield if you're playing against a team like Arsenal. Because where's Arsenal's firepower concentrated? The midfield and defense. So sorry, go ahead.
yeah, Ancelotti starting Modric in the first leg was definitely a mistake because
Mistake.
that's where they lost it.
Yep. They couldn't get around them.
As far as like Arsenal's side of it, I think like I was saying, Arteta deserves a lot of credit for how well drilled his team is. This is the culmination of 5 years of work. They have been trying to get back to this stage for the longest time. Last year, they got knocked out
Thomas
by
Tuchel.
Bayern, their eternal foes. So
Hmm.
this time around, they did much better. And Real Madrid, everybody thinks they're gonna get knocked out, but they outplayed Real Madrid. They out defended them. They out midfielded them. They even outstriked them because
For the record, London clubs have good um like record against Real Madrid. We're not scared of Madrid like
yeah,
clubs.
yeah, we don't. We're
We
not
don't get that feel, that voodoo, whatever. We just don't feel it.
No, no. Like Arteta definitely did a great job with this with game management. Second leg, there was no fear at all. They believed
None.
they called you. You had players talking to Henri. You have even your coach calling Pep for advice before the game.
Yeah.
Like I have to give Arsenal props for that. I did not believe in them at all going into the first leg, but second leg, I was like, "There's no way they blow this. They just have to play their normal game," and they did. And this second leg, Saka missing a penalty. It didn't stop them. Oh, of course, Real Madrid tried to cheat and get another penalty. But that didn't matter. Saka scored. They equalized off a mistake. That's probably the worst thing that happened Arsenal wise that game. I don't know who it was. Was it
Saliba.
Saliba made a mistake. He wasn't
But
looking.
he made up for it by being like the best defensive player on the field the entire game.
Yeah, they were solid in all phases of the game. Playing without a striker, beating Madrid 5-1 on aggregate is something that needs to be applauded.
And I'm glad for Martinelli, you know, because he's kind of gone under the radar. in the last World Cup, he wasn't very impressive. So I'm glad he got his goal. Whether you might say it was easy, blah blah blah. He still had to make the run all the way from his box, and it's like the 95th minute. Like he's played the entire game, and he's still making that run to finish the game off. I give him all the credit, and obviously, like you said, it's credit to Arteta and the way that they train and they plan and they prepare for this game. It just goes to show. I mean, yeah, they were ready for this.
Yeah, I definitely like Martinelli. Good job. I don't like your stats, Martinelli. I think you should score.
No, his stats are still terrible, but
But
he
good
showed
job.
up in
He
this
showed
game.
up when it matters, and
He
that's
showed
really
up.
all that matters. He showed up when it
It's
mattered.
like Torres. Remember when Torres scored against
Exactly.
Barcelona?
I was just about to compare the
What was his stats that season? Worse
terrible,
than Martinelli's, I'm
terrible.
pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, but Martinelli, even like this type of compared to Torres goal, it's a break. They send it through. He runs, dribbles,
Yep,
scores. Like that's
nice
all you need.
finish.
That's
Yep.
all you need. Martinelli in the Premier League would have missed that.
Oh God.
Let's not go there. Um, but yeah, Real Madrid. They're talking about sacking. Are a lot of Real Madrid fans online are saying the worst things about Ancelotti right now. They're talking about fire him now after the if he doesn't win the final against Barcelona, get rid of him. And then I'm like, why? This is still the same guy who has won the coach that's won the most Champions Leagues ever.
For them.
He's a
Yeah.
not just for them ever as a
Yeah.
coach. If you count the one he won during his playing days, I'm like, you want to sack Ancelotti because he got beaten? Like
They might, bro.
you have to
You know
win
how
the
Real
Champions League
Madrid is.
every year?
They alienated Zizou. Zizou of all people, they made him after winning them the champ. He won a treble, right?
No,
Didn't
Real Madrid have never won a treble. That's something I found out this
really?
Real Madrid have
But
actually
he,
never
he
won.
won champion. He won a Champions League final and the league for them. They like the year before he left. That's what Madrid does, bro. They alienate their good coaches. Like Madrid is a perfect example of you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's what
Well,
Madrid is,
the,
bro.
the,
He's under investigation by
yeah, for like
Spurs,
fraud,
by the way.
yeah, like tax evasion stuff. Like, but that happens to so many
A
people.
lot, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like I don't think Ancelotti like if you he should not be sacked.
Yeah, I trust me, I'm with you. I don't think they should even think about firing him. But what I'm saying is, looking at their record, and I'm pretty sure their fans probably like Zizou slightly more than Ancelotti. And look at how they alienated him. Like they made Zizou say, "No, I'm done."
It doesn't matter who they hire. Like what they're talking about, Jurgen Klopp. I'm just like, okay. I mean, if you can convince him, like he's like a
Klopp is
director of
living too
football.
good, bro. He's on
Yeah,
commercials. He's the president of the.
Red Bull Football Group.
Yeah, his life is too good. Why would he come down to coach? Like, yeah, makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm just like parting ways with Ancelotti over this doesn't
I
make
mean, if you knew for a fact that Xabi Alonso's agent was like right there and he's ready to sign,
okay. Now that's a
maybe,
great assignment. That's a
yeah,
great assignment because Ancelotti isn't really a tactical coach like that.
no, he's a
He
players coach.
yeah,
He works with the players and
he's
he
a
changes.
man manager, and
Yeah,
if
according to
the
the
players
players.
don't show up. Like, let's talk about players that didn't show up.
Please,
Mbappe and
please
Fry,
start,
where were you?
start. Oh,
Where
you're
was
gonna start
Mbappe and Fry?
with him.
Yeah, let's start there. Like, look, Mbappe, you proved me wrong last time around against Man City, a depleted, dying Man City. Well, where were you? Where was he this game? Both legs.
It was. I mean, the first leg, Brown Madrid barely saw the ball. The second leg, I think he had one chance, and it was offsides. And then I think I saw him. He had one dribble against Saliba, and he got shut down so badly. Yeah.
Yeah, zero goal, zero, two shots. That was it. Two shots, one on target, one off target. Terrible
Hmm.
game, but hey, I won't go too much of Mbappe because I have another point I want to make about Mbappe. Um, Arsenal face PSG next.
Wait. Before you go on to PSG, wait, aren't there more players on Real Madrid that need to eat the crow? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you can't just. What are you doing, bro?
I mean,
What is this? What is this? You need to
Vinicius,
be. Come on.
Rodrigo, all of them.
I'm not talking about Rodrigo.
Who? Vinicius?
We know what Vinicius does. There's another player.
Courtois? Who? Rudiger? Alaba? Their defense? Asensio?
Zizou incarnate Mr. Jude Bellingham. Ah, I'm telling you, the Mbappe and fries that is on your brain, you missed the main centerpiece. You know nothing in Real Madrid goes right if Mr. Jude Bellingham doesn't show up, sir. I don't care what Mbappe and fries does. Even in that Man City game, Jude was all over the place, everywhere. Arsenal game, bro, I did not see him. I did not see him. That one, I saw Mbappe on the break a bunch of times. You know, he was trying to make something happen with Vinny, trying to link up play, but he could only do link up play when counter attack. They had no possession at all. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro.
Yeah, they were like just marked out of the midfield. Bellingham had no like
Nothing.
if you watch like and I didn't watch the TNT broadcast, but they literally had like when they have those little boxes on the field, they had
Mhm.
one with Bellingham, and it was like the first half, and it was like this minute missed pass, this minute lost possession, this minute shot off target, this minute, and it was just like a hate watch of all the mistakes he made in the first half, and it was like, Jude Bellingham, you had a terrible game, and like they all did. To
Both
be honest.
games were terrible.
Yeah, it's like all this talk of a comeback and all the posts
They didn't, bro.
and
They,
all the
they did not.
sacrifices that they made, like
I
it
didn't
didn't
see.
work.
I didn't see no fight, no strategy
They
of a
tried to
comeback
vibes
at
their
all.
way through another like where Real Madrid were better than you. You're gonna make mistakes, and we're gonna take, which is how they scored their goal, which is like they couldn't tactically, they could not.
They had no answer.
Yeah, that's really why they lost. And
Yeah,
me personally, I'm happy to see Real Madrid get knocked out. I'm so glad because I've been saying it all season. I'm tired of them. After they like knocked out Man City, like I was like, there's nobody else that can take them. They're gonna go. I didn't think it was gonna be Arsenal, so this is a welcome surprise for me. And I like, I'm okay with it and I'm okay with Arsenal going through because they face PSG next, a team that is better than them tactically. And let's just go into the PSG game. PSG, how are they? How did they finish in their group? Oh yeah, they finished. I think they barely squeaked by. They didn't have to go. Did they? They didn't have to go through the playing game, did they?
no. They were fine.
Yeah. Okay.
They won their first
Yeah, they
leg
did Brest. They beat Brest 10-0 on
10-0. Yeah,
and then they knocked out Liverpool,
yeah.
amazing games. And then they knocked out another English club, Aston Villa, who get
Hey,
a
they go three
way
for three,
much harder time. And because of how they went through, even though they lost against Aston Villa, I said Aston Villa just didn't have the firepower to get past them.
and they were PSG relaxed after goal number two. They were like, all right,
They knew it was over. Like
relax.
they don't have enough firepower to actually come back and win this.
They almost.
They almost
Hey,
did though.
Marcus Rashford turned it up.
Hey, well,
But
if they had scored one more, it would have gone to
it
extra
would
time.
have been it would have been a
Yeah.
tougher.
That
Like, I think Asensio missed a big chance that it would have made it. I think
it would have been
because
3-3.
they came out.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
they
4-2.
came
It would
out
have
and
been
scored.
4-2.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. They came out and scored three goals in like the first 15 minutes. and then it was just a crazy game after that. But like, yeah, and um I'm actually happy Arsenal won. Either team won, I would have been happy because if Real Madrid won, Arsenal would have lost. It would
Yeah,
be good.
yeah,
But
but
it's now that Arsenal won, right? They're like, now it becomes like the relationship that Stephen A. Smith has with the Cowboys. It's like, I actually want them to win. I actually want them to believe that they can do it. I want them to actually really believe that they can win the Champions League final so they can be crushed.
yes, which leads me to the next point. Arsenal now have belief that win
Yes.
their next three games, they'll win the Champions League.
Yes.
It is time for them to be brought back down.
Back to earth. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's
PSG are going to
perfect.
make it 3-3 for English teams in the
That's what
knockout,
I'm saying.
knock
Yep.
Arsenal out. First game is at Arsenal, so advantage PSG.
And
Um,
I guarantee you, PSG has a trouble winning coach. So he's not going to make the same mistakes as Ancelotti. I guarantee you that much. He's not.
and and Arsenal also have this belief because they beat them earlier in this Champions League. They beat them 2-0. Haka. Havertz and Saka scored at the Emirates, two first half goals. So
Okay.
Arsenal really
So
think
they were in the same group. I didn't realize that.
well everybody's in the same group. But they did play once in the group phase
Okay.
or the league phase as it is now. I They only played once, and Arsenal beat them. It sort of flew under the radar because PSG weren't this PSG at that time.
But they were not.
But yeah, I'm saying it right now. I last episode I chose not to doubt Arsenal, but it's time to go back to doubting Arsenal, and I think they're gonna be sent home, and it's gonna be heartbreaking, and it's gonna suck. But I'm gonna
Isn't it?
enjoy every second of it. I'm gonna, this Champions League has been probably one of my favorite Champions Leagues that Chelsea hasn't been part of because I have a lot of hate for a lot of these teams. As a hater, this has been a
Watch.
great Champions League because even when Arsenal win, it's the perfect setup for them to lose,
Yes.
and they beat a team that I didn't want to win it anyways. So it's all good in the end. It's all good. Liverpool got knocked out. It's all good.
It's all good.
Like, oh well, yeah, So definitely looking forward to the Arsenal PSG game. Of course, I think it's going to be, well, the game of the round or the games of the round. But
Oh no, Barcelona Inter. Oof.
let's talk about that. Let's talk
Oof.
about Barcelona and Inter. Um, Real quick, Barcelona defeated BVB Dortmund 5-3 on aggregate. The less said about BVB, the better. They're chokers, they're bottlers, they're useless. I don't like them. I hate them. I know they're supposed to be Europe's second favorite club.
But they won 3-1.
Yeah, that's no one cares. No one cares, bro. Like
They
no,
won 3-1.
they lost 4-0 when it really mattered. They were already out. Like there was no way they were coming back from 4-0. Like nobody has ever come back from a 4-0 lead, first leg deficit. It doesn't happen. They were just, I don't want to say it was rigged, but that was just for the cameras. That was just, um, that was some NFL script type game where, they're 3-0 up. Oh, they're doing this. And then they don't make it. And just to make things interesting. But enough of BVB. Barcelona are actually a good, very good team. And they're in the semifinals. On the other side of the bracket, Inter Milan defeated Bayern 4-3. Now, that was the real scrap. And funnily enough, that game or those two games were probably the best two games out of all of the games in the quarterfinals. And it's the one I didn't even watch a minute of.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was too busy seeing if
Yeah,
Ramontada,
Remontada, the headlines get you. And then
Ramontada.
Yeah, but quietly, Inter knocked out Bayern.
Just quietly. And my guy, I told you, once that boy Lautaro Martinez gets going, it's very hard to stop him. Like it's like he, he like ascends to another level. Like you remember how Copa America, how he was just scoring in every single game. Like just give him one chance, boom, goal. Like that's the Lautaro Martinez that we're seeing right now. And it's very scary for Barcelona, who are your 17-year-old defenders. Okay. Okay. Because I told you earlier in this season, I literally watched the game that I said I don't think I've ever seen a soccer player play as bad as Lautaro Martinez did. It's literally the worst I've seen anyone on any level play. Seriously, like, and I said this, and trust me, if I'm saying it, he knew it. He knew it.
Yeah, he
So
knew that was bad. He definitely he's on a hot streak, and
he's on, bro.
he's not a young boy. He's a seasoned vet, and
Hmm.
he's still playing at the very highest level.
He does this, man.
This is
He does.
another matchup. This Barcelona Inter matchup is very good. Like I like this matchup. It's very interesting.
Yeah,
Funnily enough, the last time Inter won the Champions League, 2010, I think, under Mourinho, they beat
yeah.
Barca on the
Barcelona.
way, and then they
Yeah,
beat Bayern in the final. Now they've beaten Bayern. Now they have Barca.
yeah.
Who do you think is going to come out on top here?
One with Inter, man. Experience, you know, like I said, it's pretty simple to me. Inter's attack is experience. Denzel Dumfries is gonna do his thing. Um, Lautaro Martinez is gonna do his thing. Obviously they have Thuram. Um, but Barcelona, I can't trust them yet, man. Like I trust Hansi Flick, but I don't think Hansi Flick's system is gonna outplay Inter Milan's system. I just don't see them. I see it being a fairly even game that Inter finishes off its chances and Barcelona fails to finish off their chances. That's how I see it.
I don't think the Barcelona players, the actual players carrying out the tactics are experienced enough
Yes.
to beat Inter.
If it was this same Barcelona team next year at this level, I might call it differently. But like I've always said, we saw their ugly defense show its rare head in their first game against Benfica, where they got lucky and won because of Hansi Flick. But they were a man down their entire game. Why? Because the 17-year-old chose to take himself out of the game. I suspect, bro, I'm telling you, I suspect they're going to attack the same way, except they're not going to give up 3 goals in a row like Benfica did. That's the difference. So we'll see.
Yeah, so I guess we're in agreement. I think it's gonna
Yeah, I
be
think
a
Inter
PSG
pulls it
Inter.
out.
It's gonna be a PSG Inter final.
Yeah,
And for me, I really want to see PSG win
get the first one.
the league.
Yeah,
And it'll be so funny to me to see PSG.
Dembele win the Champions League final after leaving Barcelona.
But that's not where I'm coming from. I'm saying it would be funny to see PSG win the Champions League the year after Mbappe leaves. Meanwhile,
Oh,
Prize has the potential to go trophyless in his first season
true.
at
But
Madrid.
that's not on him though, because he matched the same goals as Ronaldo in his first season. So he did his job.
Hey,
Just saying.
yeah, I'll
Just saying.
have to go back and do a deep dive. You know me and my,
Please,
you
no,
know how
because
I plays.
it was a big deal when he did it because Ronaldo congratulated him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
just, I always place my importance like, yes, he's been very good. I'm not saying he's been bad, but it's just the logistics of it. And I place more emphasis on goals in important games and knockout scenarios. So
Yeah,
not saying
absolutely.
Mbappe has been bad, but it'll be very funny to see him watching his former team. I think that will fire him up, and then next season is going to go even crazier if it happens. In the future,
Yeah.
if there's still.
Or even crazier. So he's gonna score 40 goals in that league.
But is he not possible? Like he can do it. Like why not?
It's
Especially
gonna
if
be
it gets
scary.
Xabi Alonso. Why not?
It's gonna be scary.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to those games. April 29th. That's like 20 days, so like 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, we will be there.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, just I'll make this last point on Real Madrid. All I'm saying is, I like Jude too, but we got to put more responsibility on that kid because, bro, we saw what you did last season, bro. I saw what you did last summer, Jude.
Look,
So if you're gonna wear that number 5 and you're gonna be talk your shit to Ancelotti whenever you want, you better freaking produce. I want to see last year, Jude. Where was that?
there's
Where was that?
a difference when like it was Jude running the show. Now they have him, Vinicius, and Mbappe and other guys, and I sometimes in the team you need
That's no excuse.
sometimes
There
in the
really
team
is.
you need more structure. I think the reason why Jude isn't really performing is because there's more guys sharing the burden. He feels now, at least my train of thought is he feels now that he doesn't have to carry the team every game and play give 110% because there's Mbappe, there's Vinicius, there's Rodrigo,
That's the
there's
problem.
Valverde. But yes, that is the
You
problem.
just said he
Let me
doesn't. He
finish.
feels like
That
he doesn't
that
have to give
is
on, and that's a problem in itself. That's
yes,
a
which
huge
is
problem.
that's exactly what I was saying. That is the problem. They
Yeah,
need a coach that's gonna tell them, "Hey, Bellingham, you need to play
step your game up, bro.
every game. You need to do this
Yeah,
every game. We can't just be a team that just if the chance falls, maybe we need people to know what they're always gonna do every time, each time, and that's the downfall of Ancelotti's game.
it's not
Sometimes
even
the
that they
structure
need
is
it.
needed. Other times it's just go do what you want. But overall,
Yeah,
structure will always win, and that's why Arsenal beat them because
and I'm not even saying he needs to score as many goals as he did last year because that's just crazy from a midfielder. But bro, remember Frank Lampard? This guy scored consistently 15 goals and
15 or 20
double-digit assists
every year, and
every year.
that's the closest player. Lampard never fell off. He just
Never,
he
bro.
never
Every year.
thought to himself, "Oh, I'm gonna let Drogba do all the work. I'm gonna let Maluda. I'm gonna get
Whether
that
Drogba
Sanchez."
scored 40 goals or 10 goals, Lampard got his 15 and 15 every year. That's all I want from Jude. Because don't get it twisted. Like, I know he may not have another year like last year. Because last year was incredible for any player. For any player. But these last 2 games, 3 games, bro, you can't do that. Like, you're not gonna be you're gonna lose that for in my eyes, anyways. You're gonna because right now he's like in like mystique, like because he won the Champions League in his first season there, and he played so well that I'm like, whoa, like who is this kid?
Yeah, but the thing
You
about
know?
that is like that was all self-directed. Now he looks at himself like a Galactico. And the coach doesn't care. He's like, yeah, you're a Galactic. Let's go, Jude. No, they need. I think Xabi Alonso would be the perfect appointment for them. Honestly, now that we've talked it out, maybe it is time
Maybe
for Ancelotti. But
might
don't
be right.
fire him. Just
Or
come to an
or if
agreement.
somehow if somehow what's his name bottles it if
And
company bottles the league with Bayern, I wouldn't mind them hiring company.
they're not gonna bottle that league. Come on, they're not bottling that league, bro. Come on. That's too far. Xabi Alonso, that Bayer Leverkusen team is about to get broken up. Like
Yeah,
he'd be the like
Frimpong already said he wants out.
yeah.
Pep is over there looking at what's that kid's name? That kid,
What is the words?
their kid, Verts. Oh, he's. Why do you think he's getting rid of KDB? Pep, man. I didn't know his plan. And then what's his name? Boniface is probably going to take that Arabian money. You know, there's something with there's just something with black strikers. I don't mean to be racist, but there's something with black strikers and taking money from Saudi Arabia.
There's nothing wrong
Except for
with
Mo
us.
Salah. Mo Salah put his foot down and said no.
Well, Mo Salah is a legend where he's at.
Yeah, yeah,
When they need him
yeah.
more than he needs the money, like he's already made all his money. Boniface, like Salah was probably making more at Chelsea than Boniface is right now. Oh, I said Boniface. Probably
Man.
comparable. So it's like, yeah, let him go do what you need to do. And also, like, I will always err on the side. Just go make your money.
Yeah, I agree. Go make your
You
money,
already
man.
won
You
the league.
only get one life to live. Not everybody's gonna be a soccer all-time great legend.
Mhm.
Go make your money.
Yeah, make your money, man. You can always come back from Saudi Arabia later. I don't know. Boniface is older, but yeah, go get that back. Um, but yeah, Europa League also happened. I think this Europa League is just like a bunch of the funniest teams to ever exist all exist in this. I'm seeing Porto's, Roma's, uh
That was quite the thriller, though.
Alkmaar.
That Manchester United game was quite the thriller.
I'm getting there. We had two box office games. All right. But before we get to those two, Atletico are also true to the semifinals. Atletico Bilbao, congratulations, they beat
We
Rennes.
knew they would make it.
Um,
Yeah,
Lazio unfortunately got knocked out by Bodo Glimt. Lazio, I don't know how,
man. Jeez.
because they lost the first leg 2-0,
Ooh, yeah.
and
That does not
then
set them up well.
I think they made it 2-0 to go to extra time. Oh, they made it 2-0 at the death, 90 plus 3 to go to extra time, and then they went up in extra time to make it 4. What is it? To make it what is that? To make it 3-2 on aggregate. But then
Hmm.
they conceded a goal to make the game 3-1 and the aggregate 3-3, which is
Hmm.
why they got knocked out.
No, they tied. That's a tie then. They conceded 2 goals then. They won the game 3 to
No,
2.
it went to penalties. It went to penalties.
Oh, it went to
Yeah,
penalties.
yeah. I was like, yeah. It went to penalties and then we
Okay.
lost, which is
Okay.
a little
Man,
heartbreaking because they were
that's
going through.
it's
Then
heartbreaking.
they conceded a goal to go to
Yeah, and
penalties,
lost the
and then they
penalties.
got knocked out. And the penalties were
There
terrible.
you go, kids.
Apparently,
Never give up.
yeah. The penalties ended 2-3. That means that most of the penalties.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of nerves, a lot of nerves.
Damn, Lazio. But hey,
Yeah,
that all that means is that a certain Tottenham Hotspurs have
they
an
won.
easier path to the final
Yeah,
because they won their game after drawing 1-1 away
it's Tottenham and Man U in a collision course.
in the final. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. So Tottenham knocked
We
out
get to
Frankfurt.
see another another what do I call it? A dust bowl. I don't know. That's not a good word for it. Uh, the garbage final. I'm trying to think of a good word for it. I'll come up with something.
Hunger
Don't.
Games.
That could be something.
Well, Tottenham made it through, and I'll give props to them. I knew they would make it through because I somehow have always, from the beginning of this, believed that Postecoglou, Postanoglu,
Pepsi
Peps, frauds, whatever it is. I always knew he would make it to this final, and I think he did.
Fraudster Oh.
The Coglou, yeah. But also on the other side, there's another even bigger joke of a team. Man,
I don't know how they won that game.
that was insane. First of all, first leg, they,
Harry Maguire.
they throw away a 2-0 lead first leg. Oh, Nana.
Yeah. Yeah.
They go up 2-0 again.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, They conceded 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
then
then
they somehow scored
3.
3. Yo, what is going on in Man U? Like, what are they doing there? Like, what kind of yeah? This entire competition is it's really funny. I don't know how, especially Man U, even Spurs, how they keep both of these teams are really good in this tournament, or at least good enough to make up for how bad they are in this tournament, and they're in the semifinal. Um,
Yeah.
I would say Tottenham have the easier route to the final, but at this point, nothing is easy because
Nothing is easy for those
Bodo
teams.
Glint just knocked out Lazio, and they knocked out a lot of people on their route here. They won 6-4, then 4-2, then 3-3. You know,
And Lazio's a good team. Like
yeah,
Lazio
Lazio
beat
is a very good
Lazio.
team. I
They
think they're
beat
still are they still
Napoli.
coached by Scolari? No, not Scolari. What's his name? That smokes cigarette.
Sorry?
Sorry.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh no, not anymore. No, must have fired him. But yeah, like Lazio were a decent team, and they got beaten by Bodo Glint. I think Bodo Glint are from like the Netherlands.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Norway. They're Norwegian. Yeah, so I think Spurs should not underestimate this team at all. Even though I do think Spurs will beat them in the end and make it to the final. I think the more interesting game here is the Man U game. They're playing Athletic Bilbao, um, the Williams brothers,
Yes.
and I think Athletic Club definitely know how to make deep runs in these competitions. I'm not sure if they've
Yes, they
done
do.
it before. But I think they might have reached
They've played before.
last
They've definitely played before in this competition, Europa
year.
League. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they at least played a final.
Hmm.
And this Man United team are really just there for the taking. Like they I don't know how
One would
they keep
think,
doing it.
but
I don't know how they
we'll
keep doing
see.
it. It's just vibes. Like that Ahmad
Every time what?
that Ahmad goal had me standing up in my seat cheering. I was just like, yes,
Ahmad scored?
Ahmad. Yeah, Ahmad
Oh,
scored. Ahmad
oh.
scored the equalizing goal to make it 4-4.
No, that was Mino.
I said Ahmad. I meant Mino. I meant Mino.
Yeah.
Ahmad is injured. I meant Mino.
Yeah, I was like, Ahmad is out for the season. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
mine.
I mean, he was training though. The other, I saw a video of him training, but yeah, their kids showing up, like Harry Maguire showing up, Bruno Fernandes. Their main characters always show up when they need it the most. They love to win these cup competitions. They're like a really good cup team when it matters, even though they conceded 6 goals.
Yeah.
They scored 7, and that's
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
yeah, I think it'll be tougher for Man U, but I would love to see a Spurs Man U final in the Europa League. And I think Spurs are gonna win. I actually have money on Spurs winning. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
invested. I bought stock in Spurs winning their first trophy. And
I want to hear you say, I'm never trusting this team again.
no,
That
I think
was useless team. I don't want to hear you say that because it will see
look,
that this is the
look,
most
bro.
useless team to trust.
No,
Right in
they're
their
not.
mouth.
They're not the most useless team. That's Dortmund.
That's Dortmund
That's
now.
Dortmund. No, it's always been Dortmund. Spurs, we know they're Spursy, but for some reason, and I've been saying this all season, I really believe they can win this. Sometimes my faith in them will waver, and I'm like, yeah, they ain't winning. But they keep going through. And I could definitely see them in the final. I'm starting to believe in Kostakoglu, even though Expressions is on the fire him route. I'm like, y'all don't believe, but this Chelsea fan believes in you. Like, I need to see them in the final, and I need to
Well,
see.
bro, how would you feel if your team was 15th?
But yeah, I
That's
get
what
it.
I'm saying. You'd be saying fire him too.
I get
Trust
it.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not even a
Hey,
question.
but if he wins them the Europa League, that's all that matters. Like, like what?
Yeah, well, you remember what the coach that won us the Champions League from 10th or 12th or 14th, whatever.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't have a job anymore. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, but at the end of the day, if he wins them a trophy, he is done.
It'll make them feel good.
He's the greatest. Is their greatest coach since coach.
Yeah, fair
Like,
enough.
they'll win a trophy in
But
two.
he's lost. He's lost more games this season than Poach did his entire career. That's
I know it's a
insane.
terrible.
That is absolutely. I gotta give more credit to Poach, man. I really do, man. Like you really don't know what you have till he's gone. I gotta give Poach more credit.
I don't know
3 years, 16 games lost. That's insane. I'm sorry. That's insane. That's like, what?
to come to a Champions League final.
Final. That's wild.
Had them like favorites to like the Leicester season finished like
Oh yeah, to win the league until we broke their hearts. Thank you, Eden Hazard. But man, oh man. And that was a young team too. That like it was
yeah, he
like
literally raised that entire team.
yeah.
Like the Modric, Bale, uh, uh, Kane, Son. He made that team. He signed them. He
This
made
was
them
after
win.
Modric and no, this was after Modric and Bale left. This was their rebuild.
No, I think they were still there
Right?
for at least one season under him.
Okay, maybe one season, but like most of the when they made that Champions League final, they weren't there.
Oh, they
Modric
were
and
gone.
Bale,
They were gone.
they were gone.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he made that. He made the final, and then he got sacked the next season.
Yeah,
So it was late in his year, and he was there for like 4 years, I think. I don't know how long it was, but yeah, like props to Poach, I guess. Even though you know,
I didn't know this. I didn't
but
know
look, the only reason you're giving Poach props is because of how bad.
how bad.
All right, these guys are terrible. Like, but then again, they have nothing to play for. They don't care. Like it doesn't. What's the difference between finishing in 11th and 15th?
They're not gonna get
There's
relegated.
no difference, you know. They like that's why I don't really care about their losses. It's just like, look, if that this guy wins you the Europa League, do you know what that means for your club?
I bet you that Twitter account has to shut down and reboot a new.
Yeah, the account either closes down or it starts the count again.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like. Also, that win will put them in the Champions League next season. So, like, it
Yes, it
makes
will.
sense to put all your eggs in this basket.
Winning the Europa League, yeah, the Europa League final, because yeah, you do get Champions League next season. Automatically, yes.
Yeah, and it's like all will be forgiven if he wins this Europa League. But a better question is, if he doesn't, is he gone? Because I know Amarin isn't gone. If he lost the game today, he wasn't going to be gone.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I
Bro,
haven't heard.
losing 17 games in your second season is pretty bad, man.
It's kind of
Let me just keep it straight. In your second season, when you came out firing hot last season, it's pretty bad, bro. It's a sign of bad things to come. That's just my take. I wouldn't keep Poch even if he won Europa League. Oh no, not Poch. Sorry, Postecoglou.
yeah, I would keep him.
Fair
I would
enough.
keep him.
I mean, you could easily make an argument to keep him because if he wins the Europa League, keep him. But if he loses, I'm definitely not keeping him. And I'm someone that I wouldn't even keep him even if he won. So yeah,
Okay, if he
yeah.
doesn't, I guess I don't know why my glasses are tinted lily white, but yeah, if he doesn't beat at least reach the final, I think it's over for him. But I don't know though. At the same time, Daniel Levy, I haven't heard any inkling or any discussions. It doesn't seem to be any pressure on him, at least in the media. It's all coming from the fans. The fans are the only ones
Yeah,
complaining.
the fans are. I've never seen Spurs fans this angry.
They've never been this low before.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
they've always just been mediocre. They've never been
Mediocre.
proper
What?
trash like they have been this season. They've always been mid-table, top of the table.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but hey, we've talked about
And then there was one London team,
yes, we've talked
a
about
team
the
that
Champions
is
League.
just over London Bridge,
We've talked about
but we
Europa
have our
League.
own bridge.
Both leagues have main characters from London in them.
Hmm.
And now there's one final league to discuss before we're done. The Conference League. This
Yeah.
is the conference. All right. We lost. Chelsea lost today at
Yes.
home.
At home
2-1, 1-2. After winning the first leg 3-0, so we went through anyways.
to a team from Poland.
Are they from Poland? Ugh.
Yeah. Warsaw.
Ugh. This is after having to make a major comeback from 2-0 against a basically relegated team in Ipswich.
Yes.
After the coach had said, "Oh, the fans need to believe and trust us more," and then at home versus Legia Warsaw, you proceed to lose by 2 goals to 1.
Yes.
Honestly, it's pathetic. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it anymore, Maresca. Like, not only have you bottled any advantage you had in the top four, now top five race, you have now cast doubt over your ability to win the Conference League.
Yes.
We won literally every other game before this. And it's like Maresca, like it's like each game you do something that makes me trust you less.
Yes.
Because we had way more important games before and you rested key players. And then a game that is already won, you play those key players from the start just to lose?
Yes.
I can't trust you, Maresca. Nobody can trust you. You have not shown to be capable this year at all. It has been low to low to low to low, mediocre all year long. You have just fallen off a cliff from, oh, we're not in the title race. We just like 3 points every week to, hey, at least we're still fourth place. Hey, at least we still have Conference League and we're going to win it. Now, it's just like, Maresca, the funniest part, the sad part is I think he's still gonna win the conference league. Because like I don't know what because at the end of the day I still want my club to win. And I still think we're very capable of winning it. But at the same time, like the top five race is just with the games we have, if we start dropping more or if we keep dropping points in the league, that affects our form overall. And that's not gonna look good against who do we even play next?
I don't know. Some team we should beat.
I
Exactly.
can't pronounce
We
it.
should beat all these teams straight to the final,
I
bro.
can't pronounce
All of them. All of them.
Djurgården from Sweden.
There you go. There you go.
They are 12th in the Swedish league. Yo.
The Poland team was like sixth, seventh. They weren't even that good in their league.
All right. I don't think this is where I think Maresca goes through this round.
I'm worried.
I
for the
think Maresca
final.
goes through.
For the
Yeah.
final.
Oh yeah, but the final is where we should
Just
be.
look at who's on that other side.
Real bit
Mantini.
and Fiorentina. Fiorentina are Europa
Can you
League
imagine
special.
losing to Mantini in the final? I can. I can because guess what? I saw Mantini's team go to Bernabeu and go to Barcelona and tie both of those teams.
Yes. You know what the problem with Maresca is for me? He does not instill belief in anyone.
Nope.
Not the ball boys, not the fans, not the players, not the academy, not the kit man, not the guy who cuts the grass. He inspires confidence in absolutely zero. Because the way this
Maybe Tariq George. I saw his little moment with Tariq George. It looks like they have like a special little relationship because he's been playing Tariq George as striker. The kid scored in
as
Warsaw.
winger, yeah, but then he
No,
didn't.
he put him as striker in Warsaw. He scored the first goal at striker.
So he was a winger in that game.
Yeah, it was 0-0, and then Maresca changed George to striker, brought Sancho on the left, put in Madueke, ran away with 3 goals. Why not start the kid as striker again? I'm like, bro, he's freaking unbelievable. I'm like, dude, you found something that worked. Why not trust the kid? Like, uh, uh,
That's the problem with
sorry,
Maresca's. That's the
it's
problem with Maresca's like entire career at Chelsea. He just makes these stupid decisions because now you've played all your starters that are supposed to start on Sunday against
so stupid,
Everton
so dumb.
to lose.
No, it's not Everton. No, it's Fulham, right? Isn't it Fulham? I thought it was Fulham. I mean, let's make sure.
It is Fulham. Yeah, Fulham.
Bro,
Even worse.
you know how Fulham loves beating us. They just love beating us like on our worst. The thing about Fulham is on our best season. Oh yeah, we tap that. But every time we have like a mediocre, slow season, oh, they'll just come in and just beat us 2-0, 2-1. Bro,
Yeah, for real, the boogeyman sometimes. They just
I'm
come in
telling you, bro,
worst possible time and hand us a L.
this is the worst time to be playing Fulham. Literally, bro. Even my workmate who's an Arsenal fan, he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, y'all should be okay. Y'all be top four." I'm like, "Bro, we play Fulham." He's like, "Oh yeah, shit." Yeah, because even Arsenal fans understand the Fulhams and the Brentfords are literally could be your big boogeyman on any week, bro. Any week, whether you play them home, away, in Kansas, in Russia, in Australia, bro, those teams treat it like the Champions League final, bro. Oh my God. Oh God.
So we have to go away to Fulham. Then we have
Yes.
three
And
home
we're going to
games.
Craven Cottage to the barn.
We have three home games: Everton, Djurgården, Liverpool. Djurgården away, Newcastle away, Man U at home, away to Nottingham Forest, which is our last
Bro,
game of the season.
none of these games are easy games.
All
Look at Ipswich Town.
of tough tests. And then it's not even over. Let's say we do make the final, which I think we will. That's probably gonna be our real last game of
It's
this.
going to be against Mantini or Florentina.
Yes.
We could easily lose to Mantini.
And then hold
Easily.
on, it gets worse because we still have to go to the FIFA Club World Cup. Listen, 2 weeks later. This is not gonna look.
I'm worried.
What are the chances that Maresca goes on Pochettino run? Because this run is much harder than than Pochettino's run was. Actually, let me go back and check who he beat. But yeah, what do you think he can pull this off? Top five in Europa League, because that's literally all we've been asking for. From the results and what he's been doing, I don't see it happening.
Don't see top five, bro. I don't see top five, bro. I don't even see top six. He's gonna have to beat Fulham 2-0. something like that. I can't see it, bro. Even if you had um I don't know who's someone that can see the future in X-Men.
Jean Grey.
Sure. Let's say you have superpower Jean Grey, not just normal Jean Grey. Let's say Jean Grey on her worst day. You know what I'm talking about.
Phoenix Green Grey. Jean Grey.
Yeah. Let's even if you had Jean Grey on her worst day and Jean Grey told me, hey, Maresca is gonna make top five and win conference league, I would still not believe her.
We have to win these games, like literally all of them. And I just
Bro, we've been in a must win for months now.
like,
How many have we won?
literally,
Like maybe
like
not one. Literally one game.
we had easier games that were must win and we didn't win. Now we have one
No,
hard.
no, not that we didn't win. We lost. Remember Ipswich Town earlier?
One
Not that we didn't win.
crazy.
We lost. And then this loss to Warsaw League, Slavia, whatever, Warsaw.
Liga Warsaw. It doesn't look good.
Legia Warsaw.
It's a terrible look because it's not even the teams above us we have to be worried about. There's Aston
No,
Villa right
man.
next to us on the same amount of points.
Exactly. And Newcastle already leapfrogged us and they still have to play one game. And then Man City is already ahead of us.
You got well, everybody's on the same amount of games now, but
And if Fulham beats us, oh, they're right there in that top six race.
yeah, if they beat us, they're on 51 points, 3 points behind us.
Right there.
We could end up finishing this season 10th.
10. Because Bournemouth is below them. Bro, I told you, I'm worried. Professor Xavier could literally use the most mind controlling meta human and see the future, and I'd be like, Professor X, don't believe you.
This is such a funny season because we could literally finish third, but then again we could finish 10th.
10th,
But Maresca is instilled zero confidence. Cole Palmer,
zero, negative
Palmer doesn't
confidence.
know. Palmer hasn't scored a goal this year.
Christopher Nkunku forgot how to score in the conference league.
He can't even score in the Conference League.
He missed a penalty. Bro, what's going on?
Nicholas Jackson looks like he forgot.
Well, he's coming back from an injury, so like it's gonna take him time to even like look like.
We don't have time. We don't. We need to start scoring yesterday.
That's why I said. That's why I said, Maresca, you found something that worked in Warsaw. So why not play the kid? If the kid scores two goals again, if he
I
scores
swear,
again,
the way Maresca sets up teams, it's like he's an agent. He wants us to lose because why?
he did everything wrong. Everything he did today was wrong.
Like, there's absolutely no reason why Cucurella is our best player right now. Cucurella for
He
player of the
literally is.
season, but
He scored the most goals for us in this calendar year. Four, five, over
Cucurella
four or
is
five.
player of the season so far for me.
Yes. And I hate on him all the time. I would still trade him for a can of soda, even though I don't drink soda. But I gotta agree with you, man. I gotta agree. And then secondly, our second player of our season, I gotta agree with you, Caicedo. So yeah,
Yeah,
if Enzo didn't go through that rough patch where his wife or whatever was doing the crazy stuff, he would be our player of the season. But because actually, Enzo Fernandez has scored some important goals for us this season. He scored some winning goals for us. He's won us games. So, but he had that rough patch. You know, he got benched, whatever. But the top two players this season have been Cucurella and
you know.
Caicedo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really rough for us going into this run in. But we're here. We're gonna keep watching it. We can all I can do is hope for the best. I don't have I'm out of hope, but even when I'm out of hope, like when the cup is empty, there's still a baseline of we can. There's a chance. And that's where I'm at right now.
Oh no, of course there's a chance. But all I'm saying is if anyone said you're gonna do it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't believe you. I don't believe you till I see it yet. There's a chance, but
Yeah.
that's why I said literally, bro. You could you could give me the vision of a fourth dimensional being because apparently they can see the future, the past, all that. And I still will not believe myself until we do it. I could you could literally turn me into an observer and I would still not believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Well, because I would understand that the future is only a possibility. There's only possibilities. So that's just one possible future that I'll be witnessing. And I'd be like, I've seen 50 other times that that has not happened. So I could see it, but I wouldn't believe it till he proves it. Like for example, why don't you stand on business? Why don't you play the same lineup for most of the games? At least. Why don't you reward people that play well? Like it's just basic things for me that I'm like, okay, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. And then he'll do one minor thing that like, oh, that worked. And then he'll do something completely different the next game. I'm like, well, what?
yeah, we need some consistency because all
And I told what did I tell you about Jurgensen? I told you.
yeah, all we've been is consistently trash.
No keeper is gonna be good for us. I don't care who you put back there. They're gonna get in their heads. Their nerves are good because the number one keeper that you said, this is my guy. You benched him. So, I'm the sub. What are you gonna do to me? I told you this would happen. Did I not say it? I told you. You're probably gonna end up benching Sanchez, and then Jurgensen might come in and play one or two good games, and he's gonna play a terrible game.
Yeah, Jorgensen is our Europa League goalkeeper, though. I mean, Conference League goalkeeper, though. But he's just not good enough either.
Exactly.
I
He's a
think,
backup for a reason. He's
yeah,
backing up a guy who already isn't good enough. And he knows that. He's like, this guy's better than me. If I'm backing him up and they bench him, what you think they're gonna do to me? I don't know, man.
it's just a
Yeah.
bunch of unreliable coaching, a bunch of unreliable players. Not all of them are unreliable, but a couple of them unreliable. Shout out Jadon Sancho, 5 was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's really put that spell that thing to bed that Chelsea might trigger that 5 million option. And no.
I still think we should trigger that option, um, and sign
Send,
Leao. Um,
oh yeah, that's not happening. So yeah, we're not triggering that option.
Yeah,
Sorry.
don't let's not trigger the Sancho option, please. Unless we have no choice and there's nobody else available. Um, but yeah, Chelsea. It remains to be seen. It could be in the best timeline we finish top five and win the Conference League and have a very good Club World Cup. In the worst timeline, we finish 10th, 11th, and we get knocked out by the 12th place team in Norway. But it remains to be seen. I think we'll settle around somewhere in the middle. Um, Worst case scenario for me in reality is we finish sixth again. Uh, and
That's
but
the worst case scenario for you.
well, realistically, I think that's
That's the best case scenario for me. That's like that's the best case scenario for me, buddy. I'm sorry.
Hey, well, I know we're not gonna finish less than sixth.
Fair enough.
I know we're
No, bro, if we finish sixth, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm gonna be pissed, but I don't think we can be better than sixth, bro. Have we played better than sixth, seventh place?
well, it just depends. It depends, like based on what it has been before. We're either gonna stay the same or go down, and that's where we
Yeah,
are right now. As
I
far as
don't
Europa
see us
League
moving
goes,
up.
we're
Yeah.
definitely gonna make that final. The
No. We're going to the Conference League final. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself about making
the
the
only
final.
thing
I'm worried about winning that final. That's what I'm worried about.
I think the players have to motivate themselves for that final. Like, if don't let Maresca make the team talk. Like, for real, that's the only way we win. Because, and also, like, don't let him choose the team either.
Who do you want to choose the team?
No, like, if he chooses the team, if this, let's say if Chaluba, if he's starting you at right back, refuse to go on the pitch.
Me.
Let Reece James go Augusto. Like, if he's gonna do something stupid, like, just refuse, like, mutiny. Don't let him, don't let him fuck it up for the rest of us. All right. But yeah, like, Chelsea are definitely, this end of the season is going to be very interesting for them. We have so much going on in the Champions
Every
League,
single
in the
game
Europa
is a
League.
must win. Like
All the teams
been
around us.
saying this for 2 months,
We
right?
have
Two
we have
months.
what we have 6 games left, and half of our games are against teams that are above us.
Bro, we were saying this when we had 12 games left.
There's
And
other
every single game is a
teams.
must win.
There's other teams that also have, like, the Aston Villas, Birmingham, Man City, not
Newcastle's.
so have a lot to play for. But yeah, we will see what happens. Like, and we will be here on the next episode talking about it.
And for the record, KDB, come home.
He's not coming home.
Come home,
And with
Papi.
that, you've reached
Come
the
home,
end. He
Papi.
is not
KDB,
coming home.
come home.
KDB,
You know where you belong. You belong across the bridge in London town. London Bridge is falling down, falling down. KDB, please come home to Chelsea. Sorry. Go on. Close the episode.
nobody wants that. Not the ownership, not KDB. You're the only one who wants
Take
that.
him, bro, for
KDB,
one last year.
KDB, go to Saudi Arabia and get paid. All right,
He ain't going.
don't listen.
He's staying in the Premier League.
Don't listen.
He might as well be on our team.
We've gone over time. KDB, I guess we'll see on the next episode.
Come
We'll
home.
discuss
Come
this on the
home,
next
KDB.
episode.
Come home,
But as far
man.
as this episode goes, I'd like to thank you all for watching this long. I think
Thank you.
this might be our longest episode yet. I don't really keep track, but we're an hour, almost 15 in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for liking. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thanks y'all for comment, watching all of our clips,
And if you haven't liked or subscribed yet, like and subscribe.
Should be like right there, the subscribe, and then there's another one that's like.
Yeah, I think like is right there or there.
Right there in the middle,
And then subscribe could be either at this corner or that corner, one of the corners.
But it's right next to the like button.
You'll see it.
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
Once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will be back again next week and the week after that. And yeah, so until next time.